Hello, everyone, and welcome to Brain Droppings at 5 Minute Friday. I'm sorry that it's been a while that I've done this, but I try to do it when something inspires me to talk. So this morning, something inspired me to talk. I was out here on the porch of the Airstream this morning, and I did a little workout. I had kettlebells and the mace and a dumb, I don't know, myriad of things I did out there. And I just really wanted to talk about marginal gains, if you will. So I was thinking back years ago, after 100 years of trying, no British cyclist had ever won the Tour de France. Then this guy named David Brailsford came along, and he vowed that a British cyclist would win it within 5 years. Everybody thought he was crazy until they won it in 2. And then they won 4 of the next 5 races. That's pretty amazing. How did they do it? Marginal gains. And that's really where I thought about this morning. He looked for the tiniest little places where he could optimize any aspect of the racing or the training or anything else like that. He made sure that their uniforms were always washed properly with special detergent. He made sure that they always had the exact same mattress wherever they slept to sleep on every night. He made sure they had the same food and the same hotel rooms and properly vacuumed to no infections and no breathing problems, and on and on and on and on. This guy was just a perfectionist. Like the team members had the same thing wherever they went. This way they could alleviate any anomalies. If you took any of these issues and you brought them up individually, they're so tiny they probably wouldn't make a difference. But as you all can imagine, when you aggregate and compound enough of those tiny little incremental optimizations, magic happens. In this case, Tour de France victories. Brailsford said something to the effect of, he realized early on that having a grand strategy was pretty futile, and that he had to look on a smaller level and figure out what's working, what isn't. And each step, he said, was small, but aggregate can be huge. And guess what? The same thing can apply to your own life. A grand strategy, although important, is probably futile on its own. You need to go granular, and you need to figure out what is working and what isn't. So that's my brain droppings for the day. What is working for you? Do more of that. What's not working for you? Do less. Specifically, do you have a better day when you begin your day in a certain way? I do. That's why I like to work out in the mornings. That morning routine for me, almost 7 days a week. And some days I walk, some days I ride a bike, some days I lift weights, some days I do crazy CrossFit things. But I do something every day because that begins my day. And I have a better day because of that. Then things look like, do you have more energy when you eat less of this and more of that? Do you feel better when you exercise or go to bed early in a certain time? Or what other data can you collect about your life? Test it. N equals 1. Experiment of 1. You need to experiment with yourself. I'm asking you to find the marginal gains in your life. It's not complicated. It's very easy overlooked, but it's super powerful. When we aggregate and compound marginal gains over an extended period of time, you get extraordinary gains. You look back in cycling, that's what happens when you separate you from the pack, and that leads to Tour de France victories. In life, that's what separates us from our old selves so we can actualize our new potential. Ladies and gentlemen, here's to marginal gains. Go find yours. Have a great day, everyone. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and stay salty.